So yeah, a little bit result and discussion. Overall, I just want to say if you really see my Zani weapon comparison, actually this is almost a similar case with Cartethyia. So in general, the signature weapon of course offer a good amount of damage increase, and in Tower Adversity, the signature will clear faster around 8 to 10 seconds, but I want to add a little bit too is that at least in this stage, the Emerald can go up to like 2.5 rotations, so actually it can perform worse than signature, because if I use signature for this stage, it's always clear at the worst 2 rotation, but for Emerald it can go like 2.5, and that's where sometimes Emerald can look worse. But assuming you play just like pretty good in general, the difference is around 8 to 10 seconds. But in the end, I think like Emerald still serves as a very good weapon alternative, especially for free-to-play. In general, I can say the signature still pretty much a good. If you really care to improve your damage further, then I can say this weapon is still pretty much good too. And then, however, for me, Cartethyia signature weapon is more like as a luxurious than a mass pull, just because of course like with the Emerald you can pretty much clear all the content relatively pretty good and more than enough, especially in terms of timing it's already good enough. And personally I pull this weapon not because I care about the damage, it's mostly because the aesthetic. Don't you see the aura? It's kinda glowing like crazy, it just makes looks fit with Cartethyia, that's why I just pull. But of course if you ask like is it worth to pull or not and you want my pull recommendation, and I can say in general Cartethyia signature is still worth to pull if first you want of course more damage, then I think still pretty much a good amount of damage increase, so it's still pretty much quite worthy if you want to see more damage. And second, if you still struggle maybe to clear endgame content, let's say like Tower Adversity, Whimpering Waves, then you can still consider to get her signature weapon, because of course 100% is the safest choice to get like vertical investment upgrade, so weapon still pretty much a solid choice for you to pull. And third, maybe your Emerald is used by other character, because one of the free-to-play option in Cartethyia of course involving Sanhua too, so maybe your Sanhua using Emerald, right? So you can just pull her signature weapon, so both of the characters still can equip a solid weapon. And then the last one, of course, if you care about the fashion, then why not, right? Because I say the aura is really good.